Welcome everyone to the video. Welcome to the channel. Today's gonna be the Saturday video, but I'm filming this on Friday, so just getting ready. We're gonna watch the Mike Tyson fight, obviously. Um, Not that I'm necessarily a big boxing fan. My favorite boxer, actually Lennox Lewis, was my favorite from back in the day. But I was never I'm just a boxing fan, or I had to watch every single pay per view. No, I watched every single wrestling pay per view back in the day, but not so much boxing. But of course, Mike Tyson. It's Mike Tyson. He's from my era, from my pop culture. I forgot I had this on. Oops, take that off. Okay, I just got back here from sourcing, picking up kids, all that, and so I was like, all right, let me just get this video shot here, so that way I don't have to worry about it later. Because, like I said, we're gonna be watching the fight tonight. I'm gonna get some pizza and everything from Costco, and maybe some snacks and all that. We are starting a little bit early this evening. This is I believe it's pronounced Glen. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right or properly, but Glen Morangi Scotch whiskey. It's a really good Scotch whiskey, but it's not what's in here. This is Duar's Scotch whiskey. So starting a little bit early. It's Friday, by the way. Oh, really good. Nice, malty. That's what's great about Scotch. It's a great, kind of fruity, sweet flavors. Really, really good. Okay, but I don't really have any news or anything to talk about. There's not really too much happening this week. I was trying to think, trying to see if there's anything going on, any news, anything like that. Nothing really. No controversy to talk about. Everybody wants to gossip. Everybody wants, to hear, and that's what it was like back at, regular job, 9 to 5 job. The best information, like the best news, the best thing to hear is actually fake gossip. You get these wild, crazy stories. I worked at a hospital. I'm pretty sure this is common everywhere, but at a hospital, I don't know. I feel it's even more. It's even more like the stories just get wilder and wilder, and but I could probably think of a few off the top of my head. However, people might be watching this, and I don't want to offend anybody, or have weird stories come up, and everybody's I don't want anything like that to happen. But there's some wild stories, and those are always the best. However, not much going on in the reselling world. Less and less, content out there. I'm watching a lot more. I'm trying to watch a lot more smaller channels to hopefully, build up my feed in YouTube to find more of what I want to watch, which is reselling stuff. And I'm trying to find other people to watch, because the more the larger channels, they're I don't know, they're winding down, they're burning out, or I know Paul Philly Flipper, he's having some issues with in the comment section. That can really definitely get somebody down. If you keep getting beat down, in the comments, or but that comes with the territory of being on social media. Social media. I mean, I remember back in the day, back in my younger gamer days, you want to talk about a toxic environment, man. Just playing online back in the day, that was, oh man, if you did not have a thick skin, wow, you get ripped apart in these chats, in these rooms, and all that. On the gaming section and all that, it is crazy. And so, that's kind of, not that I got too crazy in those chats, but I know people that would. I know people that would get, it was like, wow, you don't even microphone. What do they call them? Like if you're typing, like a keyboard warrior, or you're tough on the keyboard, but not in person. Those were toxic, and I'm pretty sure it's the same anyway. Whenever somebody's behind, behind a keyboard, behind their computer, it's easy for them to be tough, but in reality, they're probably not really that tough after all. I know my kids, every time I tell them, I came from a rough part of town. they don't. I don't think they really understand. But I grew up with gangsters, with people who were involved in a lot of Mexican gangs. People were involved in Mexican gangs, Asian gangs as well too. Were pretty big around here. I mean, I didn't realize it growing up. How tough the side of town was. It was all fun for me and my friends. We had a great time hanging out in liquor stores. That's what we would do in our spare time. We'd go to liquor stores, ride our bikes around, the neighborhood, go down to a place called Food Bowl. That was the closest, what do you call it? Like a grocery store. We'd go there, hang out there. So, we were just on our bikes everywhere, all over the place. But then, as I got older, you start to learn a bit more. One of my friends was, a norteño. Yeah, but he was cool, he hung out with us and never really encouraged us to do anything. I have a lot of friends that got involved in drugs. And that came with the territory, with that side of town that I grew up in and lived in. A lot of people went into that lifestyle, because it was a, for lack of a better words, a ghetto part of town. We were out and about. I was out and about everywhere. So, majority, tend to hang out with friends, and then you tend to do what your friends are doing, and your friends start smoking or doing drugs. And I've seen people do drugs. I've seen drug deals go down, the buying and selling. And I was never involved in it, but I was well aware it was happening around me. And it's a tough life. My kids really, really don't understand, the tough life that I witnessed. I was witnessing. I didn't really experience. I mean, yeah, I experienced it, I guess, but I never partake. I should say I never partook of any of that. I didn't try marijuana until gummies. So I was already an adult, far way beyond an adult already, and I just didn't like it. I didn't like the feeling. So I was like, nah, I'll stick to good old whiskey here. That's my my choice. But yeah, I still venture out there. The best food. I'll tell you what, they have the best food out there on that side of town. The best pan dulce, which is like just sweet bread, sugar bread, so delicious. The cuernos, I believe. It's so delicious. Some of the best taco places. You should try if you ever go to a good taco spot. They have authentic, or making it authentic, or look out for tacos de cabeza. Really, really good. Essentially, it means the meat from the head of the animal, basically. But it's really, really good. Super tender. Throw some salsa on it, some cilantro and onions, and delicious. That's where I grew up. That's what I know. That's where I came out of. We knew where not to go. We knew, what areas were bad, where to stay away from. But I'll tell you what, everybody left their doors open and unlocked. It was great. I would get through some of my friends' houses. I would go through the window, basically, because the windows were left unlocked, doors were left unlocked, everything was unlocked. So I guess there was a sense of security as well too in that area. I mean, it was cool. It was all good times for me. I don't know how I went down that road, though. I forgot how I started the conversation to venture down that road. Regarding about just being tough, being not necessarily tough, but kind of conditioned to take the abuse. I've seen so much. It's wild. They're wild. But yeah, you get used to that. You get used to all the the negativity that's out there and everything. And some people, they're able to let it bounce off of them. Some people, maybe they didn't go through the same experiences and they're not used to that. So when they first witness it, experience it, it's tough. It can be tough. People are rude and harsh. Can be harsh and rude, but trust me, most of them, if you meet them in person, they're guppies. They're not even worth the time or the not even worth answering back. Or But either way, since I don't really have anything else to talk about, with no real news going on in reselling world. There was the winter meetings. Nothing really too exciting. eBay winter meetings. Nothing really too exciting there. I pulled out some items here just to kind of go over some stuff I've recently picked up here. Let's see. First off, you got to be checking out jewelry and the jewelry wall over at Savers. That's where I've had the most luck, especially with watches and cool jewelry, cool designer costume jewelry. I found this watch right here. I believe these are probably simulated rubies, but it has a little mother of pearl backing. Otherwise, just kind of an unassuming, older style watch, woman's watch. However, look at the back. I don't know if you can see it or if it's going to come out, but it says sterling silver on the back. So this is a sterling silver watch. The actual casing is not sterling silver. It is more than likely stainless, but the band is sterling silver. So real nice piece. I can't really find anything on it. There's not really. I opened it up already. There's no maker. There's just like a shooting star on there. Just a shooting star on the dial. That's it. And so I was able to Google image it, and it did come up with shooting star watch. I'm like, okay, that's a brand, I guess. So I don't know. It was $3.99. So I figure for a sterling silver, you really can't go wrong, with a cool, nice piece like this and simulated rubies. Probably more than likely simulated rubies. I doubt they're real. Even if they were real, I doubt they're even high quality at all either. So really cool. Cool watch. Definitely look at the jewelry. Look at the backing. If you need a loop, I generally don't need a loop. I can go like this. Yes, it makes me look old. I know that, but my close vision is really good. When I look through a loop, I really can't. I go like this, and it's way better than even a loop. So everything just gets really super big and clear. So that's what I do. So really cool piece. Check out jewelry. Sometimes it might be like necklaces and all that. They might have the logo here. It might say 925. You're looking for 925 sterling. Different countries have different ways of marking their sterling and or gold. They could use different. There was a belt buckle which I came across. I forgot what it had on it, but all it said was silver on it. That was it. It turned out to be pure, well, 99.9% silver. It was, nothing's really 100% pure, but it was just a solid silver belt buckle that sold for $480. That was a couple years ago. I found that actually at Goodwill and got it for $16.59. So we made some good money on that. So being able to spot, another good telltale sign of, fine jewelry or silver, gold, they will have a weight to it. There will be a significance in the weight. This is very weighty. This watch is very weight. It has a weight to it, a heaviness to it that stainless steel watches don't have, or other metal alloys just don't have. You just got to get used to it. You got used to the weight. You got used to the look of it, the feel. Even the feel can kind of give it away. It's a little bit harder to determine the feel. I know some people can put it in their mouth. I don't do that. I kind of just know based on the feel, the weight, and obviously it said sterling silver on it. So really cool piece. I'm guessing, I don't know. There's really nothing to go on. There's no comps, no sell-through rate, no nothing. So there was like an Etsy listing for $175, which I don't think it's worth $175. I think this is probably more in the range around $50 to $60 probably for this watch. I do got to get it working though. I have yet to test it out. It takes a very tiny battery, and I do have a stock. I do keep lots of batteries in stock because watches are one of my top categories that I do sell in on eBay. So keep your eye out for jewelry. Check the markings. You never know. Another piece I picked up at the same time, and this is also sterling silver, but we have here is Native American bead necklace. Now, I've been wanting a Native American bead necklace. Here's the little clasp too, just an old style clasp there. Now, I've been wanting a Native American beaded necklace just like this. However, for me, this is a choker, and I don't like the feeling of like something right around my neck. I wanted a little bit longer one, but really cool to find this out. You never find this out there, like at I mean, I shouldn't say never because I just found one, but it's so rare to find these out there at thrift stores, and usually they're snapped up really, really quick. I was trying to pull it out to show you guys like the length here. There we go. So really, really cool. Just at the savers that I go to, there are people there that just go to the jewelry counter and they plant themselves and that's it. They don't move. And all they're doing is just going over everything with a little loop. They have the person, can you pull that out? 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 And they go over everything. You go there Senior Tuesday. That's what it is. It's like that every single Senior Tuesday. They're just pouring over each piece of jewelry. It's really annoying because there's usually only one person there helping everybody, and they kind of just, take up all their time. And there's other people there. There's other customers there that want to look at pieces too. They don't necessarily just have jewelry there. They also have what they consider higher end pieces, your Jordans, your Lego sets, electronics, tablets, stuff like that. So they do have other stuff there, and these people that go there for the jewelry and start looping everything, they just take up the whole time of the attendant, and it's really, really annoying for other people that want to look at items. I was there today, which is a Friday, and luckily it wasn't too busy, and so I was able to look at stuff, and I spotted this as soon as I initially went there. I looked briefly at the glass. I was really looking for computer components because they tend to have computer stuff behind the glass. So I was like, I didn't really see anything that I particularly wanted. So I went and did a lap around the store looking for items. I really didn't even want to go to Savers at all. If you hear my videos, I really dislike Savers. I don't like really going there, but you can get some pretty big hits from time to time. And so I did a loop around, and I came back, and I was like, all right. Then I started looking at the jewelry, and then I saw this just sitting there, and I'm like, oh my God, I need to get that piece. I knew exactly what it was. As soon as I saw it, I knew exactly what it was. And I just needed to confirm, in my hands that it was, silver, that it was what it was. And so, sure enough, I got it out. I was able to feel it, and I'm like, oh man, it's not what I wanted personally, but I do want a piece like this. They're typically the ones I want are a bit larger. I want it to go, a little bit down more. So, generally about $300, what you're looking at, for that type of piece that I would like. This one right here, probably $150 to $200 right here. So pretty big score with the sterling silver. Another great item to look out for. I don't think I need to tell you guys this right here, but I just picked up this digital camera here. It's an Olympus FE-370 digital camera. It's 8 megapixel. It does work. Make sure you get yourself a universal charger for these things. Now, some of the chargers, so some of the batteries that will work with the universal charger is the one that you'll find on Amazon primarily. You got to be cautious because some of these batteries can be a little bit large, and the contacts on the bottom won't actually match up with the universal charger. The universal chargers are typically adjustable, so you're able to adjust it to fit these. But sometimes the contacts and the battery might be a little bit too thick, and the contacts will be on the opposite side, like on the wrong side, so you won't be able to necessarily make contact with your universal charger. Just something to be aware of. These ones here, which are flat, which the contacts are pretty much the whole length of the battery, or the width of the whole width. They're the whole width of the battery, basically. You're pretty much guaranteed contact no matter what. Flip it upside down, whatever. But so just be aware of that. I paid up a little bit for this one because I knew this will be a really fast seller, and it should sell. We'll make probably right around $20. Should sell for around $70, but it paid $25 for it. I just knew it's a fast seller. It'll sell really fast, and you could take this back with electronics in our area. If it does not work, you can take it back. Goodwill, that is. If you bought it at Goodwill, you can take it back the next day with the original receipt. So, but it works. I'm glad it works. We'll make hopefully about $25 on this piece, and it should be a really, really fast seller. I'm going to get this listed soon. Then the other item here to look out for is in the video. That was right up against my mouth. In the video that I made, I was calling it a kookaburra, which is actually a bird, but this is a capybara, and this is from South America, world's largest rodent. But this is actually a jellycat. So Jellycat is definitely a name you want to look out for. It's a more premium brand when it comes to plush. Not all the plush is necessarily considered equal, so don't be going out there and buying every single Jellycat you find, because some of them just are not worth it. Some of them are, some of them aren't. It is a premium name, but that doesn't necessarily translate to a great resale value. It may have a high retail value, but it does not necessarily translate to a high resale value. So just be aware of that. With these, it's subject matter. And these guys are popular right now. So I know because my daughter's in school and her and her friends talk about capybaras. So it's popular right now, so people are paying up for them. How much are they paying for this? About $60 for these things. So I'm going to get this listed soon. So, for a stuffed animal, about $60. So Jellycat, keep her out for these things. We got some great items here. So, I mean, the digital camera, like I said, should be about $60. The watch, probably about $50 is what I'm thinking on the watch. Close to $200 for the necklace. So we got some great profit today. Just a quick little, running over to Savers and to a Goodwill as well, too. I did have a local meetup for a picture on Facebook. So I did take care of that as well, too, today. So busy day, as all days are, usually busy. Keep go. But let's get into what's sold. Let's talk about what actually sold now. These are all potential sales. They aren't sales yet. They haven't translated into cash yet. Where's the picture here? All right, come on. Oh, there we go. All right, now we're up and running here. And what do we have right off the bat is, let me get this line. There's a line across my, all right, get that off there. Line across my eyes. Boulder Dash. If you guys are not familiar with this game, incredibly fun game. You're basically just trying to, you get a word, usually it's a weird, crazy word that you've never even heard of in your life. And you would have to guess what the meaning is. So, and then you kind of earn points by trying to get everybody to agree with you on what the meaning is. Really fun game. This is the original variant of this game. There are many variants nowadays, many updated ones as well too. But this one was brand new, sealed in the original packaging. Pretty amazing that it lasted since 1984 in the original packaging over at Goodwill. And what did it sell for? $37.67. The buyer paid $15.24 in shipping because it was kind of heavy. It went in a 14 by 10 by 6 size box and completely sealed in the original plastic. I believe the tag on there, if you see the little price tag on the picture there, I believe that's a service merchandise tag. So if you guys remember service merchandise, let me know in the comments down below. Or best, just best. It wasn't Best Buy, it was best. That was it. Where you used to go and the after you made your purchase, some of the items would have to come down a little conveyor belt. It's so cool. When you're a kid seeing that, I was like, wow, where's it coming from? But I guess their stock room was on the second floor, so they would send it down a conveyor belt, and you would have to pick it up at the end of the road before you exited. They should really bring that back. That was really cool. When I was a kid, that was cool. I was like, wow, look at that. It comes down. It's like a ride for the item you bought. I really like that. Okay, what was next? What is next here? We have Starbucks. Now this is a Starbucks cup, but this is a Christmas tree ornament. Definitely be on the lookout because these will be priced pretty low. Usually priced pretty low because they are tiny. They're rather small. And this one sold almost the moment I listed it. It sold so fast. I'm like, wow, did I undervalue it? But I don't think I did. Or I don't think it would have gone for much more than maybe what I had listed it for. But it sold for, and it's small too. Easy to ship, easy to pack, easy. As a matter of fact, this sold before all the brand new ones I got. Because I got a whole bunch of brand new ones too. This is the only one that was not brand new. And this sold faster than all of them. $11.57 is what it sold for. $5.56 is how much they paid in shipping, and this went in a bubble mailer, believe it or not. You just had to wrap it about 4 times in regular bubble wrap to give it enough cushion, give it a little pillow wrapped around it, and then you can put it in a bubble mailer and send it on its way, and it'll be perfectly fine. A lot of people will be like, oh, you gotta get a little box for that, you gotta put in this. No, you don't. No, you don't have to. I send glass and bubble mailers all the time. You just have to make sure you wrap them appropriately with bubble wrap before you put it in there. Create a little pillow around it. I'm not going to ship no wine glass in a bubble mailer, no, but a good solid piece of glass pottery will survive a trip in a bubble mailer. Use bubble wrap. Bubble wrap, it's not cheap. I shouldn't say it's really, really cheap, but it's fairly cheap, especially when you're wrapping these little tiny items as well too. So definitely just wrap it up. Okay, what is next here? Oh, this is really, really cool. And I told the story, not of how I got this one, because this one I picked up at Goodwill, but the story about this actual plush. And I'll tell you here on this video, and you might hear it in a future video that comes out. But okay, so on this one, it just says Disney. It says Disney Store on it, and that's all it says on it. But I know, and we know, because we go to Disneyland. We used to go to Disneyland a lot more than we do now, but we still make at least once. We still try to go at least 1 to 2 times a year, just because we're huge fans. And so I am aware of this. This comes from actually Pixar Pier at California. I don't know what the equivalent is over. I think it's also Pixar Pier over in Disney World, but I'm just speaking primarily for Disneyland. And so on Paradise Pier in California Adventure, they kind of have like this boardwalk with the games on there. Typical games you'll find on a boardwalk. And one of them was throwing a football through some obstacles. And this was one of the prizes. If you got all 3 balls in, you can pick a prize basically. And I wanted this guy, and my son actually made them all in, and we were able, because I wasn't making them in, so I told him, you do it, see if you can do it. He was having good luck that day. He was making them all in, and I was like, here, or he was winning all the games. I was like, here, try to win this thing for me. And sure enough, he did. So I have this guy, and I found it over at Goodwill, and which is why I knew Disney's Pixar. It's from Bug's Life. Hemlick, I believe is how you pronounce it. And that's why I put Paradise Pier prize, because this is a prize. Even though it says Disney Store on it, I've never seen it at Disney Store, and I don't think you can. I don't know if you can get this at Disney Store or not. I really don't think so. The only place I've ever seen it, and we're huge Disney fans, is on Paradise Pier, and you had to win it. They had a whole bunch of these, a bunch of different Bugs Life ones. So really, really cool. What did it sell for? What did this sell for? This plush. So it is a plush. I could have probably put the name. I believe it's a caterpillar, or he's a caterpillar. You could have used caterpillar in that. Why isn't that coming up? Orders. Okay. All of them. And $18. Shipping was $6.66 on this piece right here. So really, really cool. And it's just a plush. So it goes in a poly bag. No padding, no nothing. I do have like cellophane bags. I got a whole bunch of them from the flea market for $5. It was like a pack of 10,000 from Uline. So I'm using those. Yeah, I really have I got them, and I was like, all right, I'm pretty sure I can use them for something, and so I'm using them as kind of like additional wrapping, just to a little additional protection on these pieces. It doesn't add anything to the weight, doesn't change the shipping cost at all. So really, really cool. Bugs Life, look out for them. With Pixar Pier, and knowing that this is a prize is probably unique. You have to be going to Disneyland. You have to be going to Disney World to be able to identify, what products come out of there, and because otherwise, some of them just don't tell you. Some of them do have Disney parks on there, or they'll say Disneyland or Disney World on it, but some of them don't, and you just have to be in the know in order to be able to identify which ones are which. So hopefully I help you guys. And if you guys see any of these out there, just be aware that this is from Pixar Pier, and it is a prize that you get from one of the games. And I guess that's one of the reasons why I'm bringing this information to you, out there, to the world, so that way that way you guys will know where these items come from. Here's a really cool name in Trinket Box to look out for. And one easy way to identify is the weight. This thing was almost 3 pounds. As you can tell, it's not very large, but it is heavy. Very, very heavy. Really cool trinket box. A lot of filigree, a lot of little pearls. They aren't real pearls. They're fake pearls, but it's enameled. When you open it up, the inside is enameled. It's not really, solid. You can see into it. So really, really cool piece. And just the quality. We able to identify this just by the quality of the item, the workmanship when you pick it up. Not just the weight either. Everything's just well made. So and then have the name on the bottom too as well, which helps be able to identify it. So really, really cool trinket box. Victorian style, has rhinestones. I could have probably put fake pearls in there, but I really didn't think it would help it at all. It is the inside, the bottom part of it is enameled. Really, really cool, nice little golden enamel on the bottom. I don't have a picture of the bottom, but trust me, it's a nice, cool, golden enamel looking bottom. Vanity, because typically where would you find these little tiny trinket boxes? Potentially on a vanity. Home decor. So really, really cool piece. Really, really nice. And what did it sell for? I think it sold for $30. Let's see. Olivia. $30. Oh yeah, $30 even. So $30 even. And they paid $11.70 in shipping because this thing weighed quite a bit. I was like, wow, we were kind of taken aback by how much it weighed. But really, really cool piece. And $30. Keep your eye out for that name. Olivia Rigel. Not Rydell High, Rigel. Really, really cool. And, oops, I'm clicking on the wrong thing here. Okay, next. What is next? Oh, the next should be the last item here. Barware. Another one of my top performing categories is barware. I sell a lot of barware stuff. And here is something that is a name to look out for. Don't ask me to pronounce it because I cannot pronounce it. But really, really cool name. Some of these, little corkscrew, I forget what the actual name, it's kind of like a, what do they call it? Like a butler's. There's a very specific name for this, and I can't remember it right off the top of my head. But just a wine bottle opener, corkscrew, utility knife. Really, really well made. It's not your typical ones you get in gift bags that you find anywhere. You get a Total Wine at the front desk, as you're checking out. No. Retail on this was probably around $40, $50. This is a really, really nice one. Now, some of the other ones will go for quite a bit, so keep your eye out for this name, this brand name. Why is there B in there? Because there was actually a B, like a B on the side of it. So that's why it says B. But really, really cool. Some of them, like I said, some of them go for quite a bit. This one here, and they just can fly under the radar because everyone just thinks, oh, it's just a wine bottle opener. Those are a dime a dozen. But there are some that do have value. Not all of them. Most of them, 99% of them, garbage. Well, I mean, they have use, right? But as far as resell, garbage. This one here, not garbage. You could tell just by the craftsmanship, by the wood grain on there. It's really, really nicely done. Now I'm talking it up like it's like it's $100, $200. It's not. It's not that much. I mean, some of the more higher end ones probably around $40 or $50. This one here, $16. So we're not getting rich off of it, but still, it's a cool little sleeper item that you can probably pick up for $1 or $2, and they resell pretty well. $4.81 is what the shipping costs. I'll probably went somewhere very, very close because this just went in a padded poly bag. So, and again, wrapped in bubble wrap in a padded poly bag. So really, really cool piece. Keep your eye out for this stuff. This stuff does sell well. There are items in every single category. Every there's all kinds of different items out there where there may be one in that category that is just goes for $20, $30, $40, $100, $200. You just don't know. You got to do your research. You got to, watch people online. They'll be able to tell you. They'll be able to help you out. Because you just, it's hard to know everything. It's hard to know everything. So sometimes you need little bits and pieces, which is why I like watching people on YouTube and, kind of feel like, dang, dude, everyone's stopping their content. But I mean, everybody has lives, right? Outside of making videos, making content. So sometimes life gets in the way and other parts are sacrificed. So it's not either wrong nor neither here nor there. But yeah, that's it. That's the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of the fight. It's going to be coming up here soon, actually. Oh, man, I'm going to have to get the pizza ordered and everything. So catch you guys in the next video.